Hey ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys are doing amazing with another video. Okay, this time around, this video is about um, male narcissists, okay, and how they use sex to their advantage. Okay, so in another video we discussed female narcissists, right, and how they use sex to their advantage. And there are a lot of similarities, of course, you know, as we're all people, right? And so there are a lot of similarities between them, okay? But I would say that most of them are even the same. You know, most signs are the same. They're going to be the same. But of course, when it comes to like sex, you know, and the male narcissist is that he's going to if he likes you physically, especially if he likes you physically, because sometimes they're going to be with a female, even if they don't like her physically, right? Because to them, it's all about status. It's all about gaining an advantage, right? It's all about what they can get from that person. Okay, so if they like you physically, they're going to take advantage of that. Okay, so they're going to try to get as much sex from you as possible. Okay, so they're going to be in many more ways than one hypersexualized, okay, which means that they're going to want to have sex all the time, every single day, like nonstop, basically. And one of the ways why do they do that, right? Well, first of all, it's because that's the way that they get your source energy from you, okay? So because they're lacking, they're extremely out of touch with their emotions, with the connection to source, right? They're going to use your energy, basically, okay? And how do they get that? That's through sex, basically. The best way to get that energy is through sex, okay? So they're going to do that. That's one thing, right? Also, oftentimes they're going to be extremely hyper sexualized, or yeah, hyper sexualized, right? Which means that it's basically one of the trauma responses, okay? It's a trauma response is basically a reaction to perceived threat, okay? And so hypersexualization is one of the trauma responses, okay? And narcissists, they're going to have a lot of different trauma responses that they're not even aware of, okay? And so hypersexualization is actually it can be also another way to people please. So hypersexualization is actually a form of people pleasing, okay? And if the male narcissist is sexually attracted to you, he's going to be afraid of losing you, okay? He's going to he has, like the female narcissist, he has a really low self-esteem, okay? So he's always going to think that you're going to leave him, okay? And if he thinks that your sex drive is high, and if you, as a female, maybe you want sex all the time, or you're very sexual too, then he's going to try to keep up with you. He's going to try to do everything in his power to basically try to keep you, basically, because, and that includes many different forms of, you know, control and trying to keep your low like self-esteem down, right? He's going to basically try to break you down so you would stay with him, because deep down he's extremely insecure and he wants you to stay with him, okay? So he's really, really afraid. His fear is like being alone, okay? That's like underneath the mask, okay? It's underneath the facade that they're putting out, okay? So no matter how confident the narcissist seems, they're always afraid of being left. They're being afraid of you leaving them, okay? Especially if they like you, like physically, you know. To them, it's very shallow for the most part. You know, they're going to focus. They're going to be overly focused on the outer things, just like the female narcissist. Okay, so they're going to go after you if you have a place to stay, a really nice place to stay. They're gonna try to climb the ladder in one way or another, okay? So if you have a lot of energy, if you're very vibrant, very energetic, right, they're going to go after you. If you carry that God's light, right, as it is a spiritual battle, right, guys? So Because a narcissist is a broken soul, a very broken soul, right? They're completely disconnected from their emotions. So in turn, they're extremely grounded in their physicality, which means um, they're just going to be completely focused on money, status, and power, okay? And that's what they're going to seek, okay? And they don't really need people. The only reason why they need people is to control them, it's to dominate them, it's to gain something from them, okay? So that's how basically a female narcissist perceives people, right? It's just, to them, they're a means to get to the top, basically, or to climb the ladder, okay? And so yeah, people are like pawns to them, to the male narcissist and to the female narcissist, okay? So they're not going to care about you too much, you know. And yeah, so if you're physically attractive, right, they're going to probably want to just sleep with you, right, in order to get your energy, right? And then if you have money, they're going to be after your money. If you have a place to live, they're going to be after that, okay? So they're going to like they're going to basically want you for for housing, okay? So don't confuse don't fall for the love bombing, basically, okay? Because they're going to do that in the beginning, right? And be careful, you know, those are the red flags with the narcissist, okay? They're going to love bomb you in the beginning. They're going to be very romantic. They're going to bring you flowers. They're going to do everything in their power to sweep you off your feet, okay? And as ladies, you know, we tend to fall for this much easier than guys, right? And of course, guys are more likely to do that, right? Not females, right? To court you. So just because someone is doing that doesn't mean that they're necessarily a good person, right? So just watch out for that, okay? Someone who is coming on way too strong, more often than not, they're lacking in that. They're too afraid to let anyone get close to them, okay? So they want to rush in because they know they're lacking on the inside. They're lacking in those internal qualities, okay, that will keep another person with them, okay? So they want to sweep you off your feet because they don't want you to see their bullshit, basically, early on, okay? And so that's why they're always rushing, okay? So really, ladies, take your time with relationships, you know, just like with the female narcissist, get to know a person, get to know him, and before you know it, you will usually realize that you don't want to be with him, okay? Because there will be a lot of red flags, okay? You'll notice his inability to control emotions because he's going to be all over the place with his emotions, right? One day he's going to be up, the other day he's going to be down, or not even one day, okay? It can happen. His emotional dysregulation is going to be extremely apparent within I don't know, like even a few minutes, you know. His mood can flip. Like there's sometimes, for some reason, when the narc usually knows exactly, they know when you have fallen for them, which is kind of strange. And that's usually when their mask falls off, okay? And they just, but some narcissists can show you who they are pretty early on too, okay? And and also while getting to know them, their mask will slip every now and then, you know. More often than not, they're going to tell you who they are, and you just have to believe it, basically, you know. Don't create illusions around what he told you, or don't just take it as a joke, you know, because more often than not, people will tell you through a joke about themselves, okay, and about who they are, okay, as people. So just watch out for any of those jokes. If he tells you he's a vampire, or if he tells you he's a spider, like mine did in the beginning, he's like, I'm a spider and now you're caught in my web, okay? And that's a very creepy joke if you think about it, but of course I took it as a joke, but that's exactly what ended up happening, you know. So anyway, so yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, okay? Be careful, you know, get to know people. Don't jump into relationships. It's you know, a relationship can either, you know, it has to feel good, okay? If something is off, listen to your intuition, okay? If something is off, then trust your intuition and don't go into that relationship. Usually we know right from the beginning as soon as we meet someone, okay? Guys, also another clue is that narcissists, males and females, have really, really dead eyes, okay? So they're going to have really empty eyes, really sad eyes, really angry eyes, okay? They're going to more often than not, they're going to be possessed, okay? Even possessed, okay? Demonically possessed. That happens really often. Most people don't realize it. And that demon in them is going to be very apparent, okay? Especially if you're someone who's spiritual, who is very much in touch with themselves, okay? So you're going to see that demon, okay? And that demon is going to see you. That's why it's very hard to fool someone who is spiritually awakened, you know, because you're able to see past the facade, okay, past the physical, and the demons in them know that, okay, they know that you can see them. So in most cases, narcissists, once you spiritually awaken, will stay away from you. In most cases, not always, but yeah. And yeah, just be careful, you know, look into someone's eyes, and try to look past the physical, yeah, because like the female narcissist, the male narcissist is also going to do everything in his power to present a completely polished image. He's going to look his best, he's going to drive the best car, he's going to have the best place to live, he's going to seem like the perfect man, basically, okay? So, you know, that's the thing also, right? Most people, a lot of people, they don't care. They're look for people who are okay with imperfections, okay? Whether in their clothing or just even the things that they say, you know. Imperfections are actually good, okay? Because it shows vulnerability, it shows humanity. We're not supposed to be all polished and perfect, okay? Polished and perfect in most cases is just a facade, okay? So yeah, just try to look beyond the facade, you know, and realize that when something is a little bit too perfect, there might be a lot of things lacking on the inside, okay? So, and that's exactly what a male narcissist has. He's extremely polished on the outside, but inside there's not much there, okay? So his inner qualities, his positive inner qualities, such as even courage, right, such as confidence, such as love, empathy, it's completely lacking. He doesn't have that. He's a coward underneath it all. He lacks confidence, he's selfish, he's rude, he's mean, and yeah, and he's afraid of everything, basically, okay? So yeah. Anyway, stay vigilant, guys, and thank you so much for watching, okay? Much love to you, ladies, and I will see you in another video, okay?